Back students, hope you are keeping fine. In today's session, I am going to take up a descriptive paragraph writing. What do you mean by a descriptive paragraph writing? A descriptive paragraph writing is to describe a person, place or thing in such a way that a picture is formed in the reader's mind by engaging all five of the senses: smell, sight, touch, taste and sound. If you can do this, then your writing is a success. Then what are the steps to follow in descriptive paragraph writing? Step 1. Choose a topic. A descriptive paragraph will usually focus on a single event or a person or a place. When you write your descriptive paragraph, it is your job to convey your idea about that topic through your description of that topic for your reader. You need to show your reader, not telling them, what you are trying to describe by illustrating a picture in their mind's eye very carefully. Your paragraph needs to be structured in a manner that helps your topic to make sense. If you are describing an event, you will need to write your paragraphs in chronological order. If you are writing about a person or a place, you need to order the paragraphs so that you start off in a general manner and then write more specific details later. Hope you understood step 1. Shall move on to the next step. Step 2. Create a statement. The next step is to create a topic statement. This is a single idea that will be prominent throughout your paragraph writing. Not only sets out the purpose of the descriptive paragraph writing, but it guides or regulates the way that the information is conveyed in the writing. This is an introductory paragraph that sets out a topic framework. Now, we are moving on to one of the important steps to write a descriptive paragraph. That is, step 3, get the senses right. So when teaching my students how to write a descriptive paragraph, I usually have them consider the 5 senses of touch, smell, sound, taste and sight. Before writing the paragraph, make 5 columns and list words or ideas for the subject of the paragraph based on these 5 senses. So this label list will help you to sort out your thoughts as you describe your topic. The taste, sight, touch, smell and sound of your topic can be sketched out among the columns. List out in the columns any sensation or feeling that you associate with that topic that you are writing about. You need to provide full sensory details that help to support your point of view. It is important to utilize literary tools. What are the tools? They are metaphors, simile, personification and adjectives. So here is an example. Now I want to write a paragraph that describes a lake. Before I start writing a paragraph, I need to list out. I have already discussed with you. You need to list out all the columns, observations and your feelings you came across in that particular place. Here I want to write a paragraph that describes a lake. So under touch, I observed water, sand, heat, and a smell, air, fish, food tracks, sunblock. And under sound, I observed people laughing, splashing of water, music, volleyball. And under taste, I have observed sand, lotion. Then under sight, I observed the sun, sand, children, and lifeguard. Then using all these, observations. How do I write a descriptive paragraph? Here is an example. In this paragraph, I am going to describe a lake called Harriet. Lake Harriet is a great place to swim and relax. In summer, the water is warm and clean, and the beaches attract people seeking relief from a midsummer scorcher. In addition to swimming, visitors to the lake can go canoeing, sailing, windsurfing, or fishing. The blue water is a refreshing, tempting sight. The sweet scent of sunblock wafts through the air from sunbathers lying on the beach. So, in this paragraph, I have highlighted the words which I have listed under 5 columns. You can observe here water, canoeing, fishing, and air. Children laugh and splash in the water, and nearby volleyball games stir passionate shouts in the heat of competition. Meanwhile, lifeguards sit atop their towers and make sure everyone is safe. In the distance, sailboats catch the soft breezes that ripple Lake Harriet's surface, and canoeists glide quietly past. This is what summer is all about. So here also I have highlighted the words which are observed in their particular place, and I have listed under 5 different columns. We shall move on to step 4. Create an outline. How do you create an outline? Then we need to create an outline listing the details of the discussion of each paragraph. Students in high schools are generally asked to write a 3 paragraph descriptive writing. The standard 3 to 4 paragraph writing has a particular structure, including the introductory paragraph with the inclusion of topic statement. Next, we shall move on to step 5, write the conclusion. So finally, the conclusion paragraph makes a summary of the entirety of your paragraph. This conclusion also needs to reaffirm your statement. Your conclusion needs to be well written because it is the final thing to be read by a reader and will remain on their mind the longest after they have read the remainder of your essay. So here you are going to summarize what you have written throughout your descriptive paragraph. Step 6. Review your writing. What do you mean by reviewing your writing? Read the entire writing again, thinking about your reader. Now you are writing a descriptive paragraph for the reader to read and enjoy. Here you should ask yourself, if you were the reader, would the writing make sense to you? Is it easy to read so that anyone can understand what the topic of the writing is? Do any of the paragraphs need to be written or rewritten because they are confusing and need to be better written to be descriptive? Your choice of words and language need to convey what you are trying to describe when you talk about a particular topic. The details that you have provided should give your reader enough information that they can form a complete picture. Any details in the writing should help a reader to understand the meaning of the topic from the writer's point of view. So you need to check even the grammatical mistakes. Check for grammar, punctuation or spelling errors. I have a model writing for you. Before each writing, I am going to give you few tips on how to proceed descriptive paragraph writing. First, how to write an introduction. This is where you state general facts about the person, when, where, and how you first met him or her. State the reason for choosing this person. For example, a person who has influenced me most is my grandfather. So here you are going to write or describe your grandfather. My grandfather raised me to be sensitive, cheerful, and compassionate. He is someone I love and cherish very deeply. Then, what is the body of the descriptive writing? What are the writing, or how do you write your body paragraph? Describe some of the following information about the person, that is physical appearance, personal qualities, hobbies or interests, profession or education, and accomplishments. So these are the points that you need to write in body paragraph. So using all these techniques, keeping all these points, how do you write body paragraph? Here is an example. My grandfather, Jack, is of medium height. He is in his early 70s but looks extremely young for his age. He is slim and has got short grey hair. My grandfather's face is round and friendly looking. So here you use all kinds of adjectives and colorful words to describe your grandfather. And in continuation, he has small blue eyes and an expression full of kindness. So here you are speaking of his qualities. He tends to wear casual clothes. Here, how he appears. You are describing how he appears, his external appearance. He tends to wear casual clothes like jeans and t-shirts, which add to his youthful appearance. So this is how you write body paragraph. Then how do you continue? How do you move on to the next paragraph? Start a new paragraph for a topic that is unrelated to the other topics. So here you are not expected to repeat the same topic, but you can continue the next paragraph which is unrelated, and you need to develop your writing. So how do you write paragraph 2? What are the points that you are supposed to include in this paragraph? That is education, profession, and accomplishment. So how do you write the next paragraph? Here is an example. My grandfather is an incredibly sensitive person who helps everyone in need, yet he never seeks a reward for his kindness. Moreover, my grandfather is so generous that he wants to share what he possesses with others. For example, he donated 10,000 shekels to an organization for Holocaust survivors. So you can observe very clearly these are the points which are included only in this paragraph. You don't find any of these points in the previous paragraph. Furthermore, I can speak to him about all of my problems because he is trustworthy and keeps all of my secrets. What he does not tolerate is a lie. He has always told me that if you don't tell the truth, you will only hurt your self-respect. So here you have observed that I have included grandfather's qualities. That is trustworthy, is tolerant, and he doesn't tell lie. So these are the descriptive words that you are supposed to include in writing about a person. So how do you conclude a descriptive paragraph of a person? Write a conclusion in which you express your personal attitude towards the person. For example, In short, my grandfather is one of the most important persons in my life. I believe that he has contributed greatly to my ability to show compassion and sensitivity for others. So, this is how we are going to conclude a descriptive paragraph of your grandfather. Next, the subtopic describing an event. So, what are the points that you need to bear in mind when you write an introduction to this topic? This is where you give a name, time, place, and reason for the event. Here, I'm going to take up an event called bungee jumping. So, you are familiar about this adventurous activity, bungee jumping. Last year, I went to a secret spot in Australia called the Dolphin Valley. There I found the perfect thing to do, bungee jumping. I had never done it prior to this trip and found that it was a sensational experience that I would love to do again in the future. Next, we shall move on to the first paragraph, this is body paragraph 1. What are the points that you need to keep in mind when you write the first paragraph? Describe all of the preparations leading up to the event. What are the preparations? What are the prior preparations that you need to get ready with to participate in this bungee jumping that you need to encode in first paragraph? Use as many adjectives as possible. This is there throughout the paragraph, you need to keep in mind. So, you need to have as many adjectives as possible. We call it word bank. So, you need to have a very good idea of these adjectives. The bungee area was up on a bridge surrounded by gigantic trees, large rocks, and sandy hills all over. On the way up to the bridge, I got a bit nervous. When I got there, I was so frightened that my knees were about to give up on me. Then the owner came out and asked me how old I was, measured my height. Finally, he gave me the stamp of approval to make the jump. I was scared. Next, he strapped huge weights to my ankles, which felt like medium sized bowling balls. Then he attached a long bungee cord to the weights. Last but not least, I had to wear a bright yellow helmet to protect my head. So here I have highlighted the words like adjectives and the preparations and the place on a bridge and the adjective here and the procedure, the preparation that took place before bungee jumping, and what are the precautionary measures that the organizers took there before any participants participate in this bungee jumping. So I highlighted all these words. So these are the words which actually describe that particular event. Next paragraph. We shall move on to the second paragraph. What are the points that you need to bear in mind to write the next paragraph? Here, you need to describe the actual event. Use as many adjectives as possible. Use past tenses to illustrate those you attended some time ago. Because describing an event is actually an event which took place in past. So you need to use past tenses to illustrate those you attended some time ago. Here is an example. Now it was time for the actual jump. The owner told me to jump when he said, "Go." He also gave me some useful advice about not looking down. As soon as he said that, I looked down, and what I saw was a big river and sharp jagged rocks. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, the owner started to count one, two, three, go. I jumped off, and my heart felt like it was about to leap out of my chest. So, here also I have highlighted important words: actual jump, useful advice, a big river, a closed. So, past tense, opened, jumped off. So, here you can also use phrasal verbs: leaped out, leap out. All these are the words which you need to use. These are the words inevitable to beautify your paragraph writing. Finally, I opened my eyes and everything was upside down. I bounced up once or twice, and that was it. I felt an exhilarating rush throughout my entire body, which continued until I made it back to solid ground. So, how do you conclude a descriptive paragraph on event? What are the points you need to focus when you write a conclusion? Write a conclusion in which you include your feelings, comments, or a final thought about the event. Here is an example. As soon as I got back to the bridge, I knew I had done it. It was the greatest feeling that I had ever experienced. To this day, it remains a significant experience in my life and one that I would highly recommend to others who, similar to myself, like to be adventurous. So, here you have included feelings, comments, and a final thought. So, I had done it. Here you have included that you finally could succeed in doing that bungee jumping and a significant experience. And here, what is the advice that you are going to give? You highly recommend to others. So, this is how we are going to conclude a descriptive paragraph of an event. Now, next subtopic, describing a place. So, before you move on to the paragraphs, how do you write an introduction? Introductory paragraph we call it. So, this is where you give name and location of the place, your reason for choosing it, what made you to choose this particular topic to write a descriptive paragraph. So, you are going to give all these reasons in the introduction. So, how do you write? Here is an example for you. I have taken the place, the island of Bohol. 3 years ago, I took a trip to the beautiful island of Bohol. This is an island located in the south near the province of Cebu. If you come from Manila, you can either take a plane or a cruise liner to get there. Simply put, the island of Bohol is the hidden jewel of the South Pacific and has left me with beautiful memories forever. So here you are going to include in the introduction paragraph the name of the place, where it is, and you are going to make the reader understand about which place you are going to write. In the first, what are the points that you need to bear in mind when you write the first paragraph? Describe what the place looks like and what you can see there. Here also, when you describe, you need to add adjectives. Use many adjectives in order to create a picture of the place you are describing. So, describing words are very important here to make the reader enjoy and understand what you are writing about. Here is an example. Aside from its pristine, that is unspoiled, white sand beaches and the chocolate hills, Bohol's tourism assets also include centuries old churches and towers. You can find magnificent scuba diving heavens, majestic falls, mystical caves, and historical landmarks. Yet, the primitive and exotic fauna is something you don't want to miss. So here you have described the place how it looks like. So the Mystic Falls. You also described the place and also other places like Chocolate Hills, White Sand Beaches, and you can also find old churches and towers. So other observations, what are other things that you find in this particular place, you can write in first paragraph, that is body paragraph 1. Shall move on to the next paragraph. What are the points that you need to bear in mind when you write the next paragraph? How do you develop the next paragraph? Describe what you can do at this place, like activities, attractions, etc. Use many adjectives to describe these activities. So here is an example. How do you develop the second paragraph? There are many things you can do in Bohol to make your holiday enjoyable. For example, you can hire a boat to bring you to one of the islands where you can buy fresh seafood or eat in a floating restaurant. You can also take a dive or have a swim in the clear blue sea with the amazing shorelines. In addition, the local people are very warm and friendly, so they will be happy to take you to various interesting places. So here you observe you are going to develop the second paragraph using all these points. So I have also highlighted important adjectives like amazing and important observations that how can you reach the other place, how what are the possibilities. Here I have highlighted you can hire a boat and you can reach the other place. So what are the other things that you can enjoy, that you can buy fresh seafood or even eat in a floating restaurant. These are the few excitements you have in that particular place. How do you conclude this descriptive paragraph? Write a conclusion which includes your comments, feelings and recommendations regarding this place. So what are the comments or recommendations you have for the reader? How do you write this conclusion paragraph? Here is an example for you. In short, the island of Bohol is an amazing oasis of bliss. If you are looking for the perfect vacation to relax and enjoy yourself, this is the place for you. This is how you are going to conclude. So dear students, there is an assignment for you. You are expected to write down answer for all these questions, and you will be instructed to submit it, and message will be sent to you. So dear students, these are the techniques to write a descriptive paragraph of a person or an event or a place. So my advice to you is to write as you speak. Let your imagination go, explore an event. Finally, you should keep in mind that everyone expresses himself or herself differently. English is a great language for self-expression. It's flexible and forgiving. So express yourself in a unique way and do it in a way that is interesting and pleasurable to you. Read. You have a unique perspective. Use that to your advantage. Thank you for watching.